Hi, Tracy Lewis from Stuff and Things. Today is Paper Pumpkin Day. I knew where I was going to be this month, so I was able to change my shipping address to my in-laws' house. So that is a tip for the day. If you do move around, you can change your address before the 10th of the month, and it will get to wherever you are. This month's Paper Pumpkin is Manly Moments, and I'm going to crack it open, do a quick create, and then I will get to work on alternatives. It's been very sunny here in the Pacific Northwest, and today I woke up to drizzly rain, which is actually a great thing since I plan to be inside doing Paper Pumpkin. We have one of the new colors that will be available on the 1st. It's called Mossy Meadow. We got lots of words, it looks like this time, and it's a Father's Day theme, I believe. So the manly moments is what gave it away for me. I have a little bit of a frog in my throat this morning, probably from the change in the weather. So it looks like we have 10 cards with matching envelopes. Looks like it's lighter on the embellishments than typical, but yet I see more detail in the envelopes than I typically see. Mini dimensionals this time. Let's look at these fancy envelopes. So yes, the envelopes are, looks like A2 size, and plaid inside or wood grain inside. These envelopes could easily be taken apart, I see, and you can use the pattern paper for a different purpose. So that's good. The different pieces for the mountain. Oh, I like the silver foil. I often find gold foil in these, and so it's nice to see silver for something different. So this is some sort of a odd fold A2 card. Interesting. Could be fun to play with for alternatives. And then the other card is just a standard with a very light, maybe soft seafoam color, which is one of the new colors. And here's some cutouts, tree cutouts. Because both of these cards are so different, I will probably make both of them for the create. All right, so I'm going to go away and get organized. It does look like with all of these sentiments I'm seeing here on the samples that you have all sorts of ways of making various phrases. This is showing you are my favorite adventure. So there you have it. I will get organized and come back to create. Stay tuned. All right, I'm ready to do some stamping. I am going to make Father's Day cards because this year I've had a lot of help from my family and my in-laws with our trailer accident, and so where I may not have made them Father's Day cards in the past, I am definitely going to make them this year. So one of the things with these fat fonts is they do tend to bubble up like that one did. So this one I would prefer to be a little more solid. So I'm going to try one more. But there's a new tool that Stampin' Up! Sells called a Stamparatus. Alright, I'm going to do a quick demo of the Stamparatus tool to show you how it can help in the situation where you have only one chance to get your stamping right. So it's basically a hinge tool with a hinged door. In fact, it comes with 2 doors. I consider this like the V2 of any of the alignment tools out there. And not only does it have the 2 doors, you can place them in either of 2 positions, and they are removable. So if I wanted to use the door vertically, I could. So I have one of my foil banners. I will place it anywhere I want to. There is a grid that you are welcome to use. It is an etched grid, so it will never wipe off over time. And it comes with magnets. They are super powerful magnets. So powerful that I've already broke one by having them snap together on me. So just something to watch out for. Now that I have my banner placed, I have chosen the word thank you. I will, with the text stamping end down or side down, I will place my thank you where I want it to be. That looks good. And pick it up. It is photopolymer, so it attaches easily to the lid, which is plastic. I will grab my Mossy Meadow, ink it up. I'm going to purposefully not do a good job of inking it up, hopefully to show you what a mistake could look like. So here it is. It is absolutely not dark enough, so you get as many tries as you need to get this perfect. It will repeatedly stamp in the identical spot over and over again. So if I still didn't like that, I could keep going, literally as many times as you want. So if you want a really super dark, dense version of your ink, the Stamparatus is going to give you just that. There you go. So that is the benefit of the Stamparatus, and concludes my quick demo. And when you have something that is foiled like this, with the silver foil on one side and not on the other, you don't get to just flip it over. You have to use the way it came out. So this one still has it, but it's a little bit better. It's acceptable to me. And I'm going to do one more white one. The Father's Day. Yep, that's better. And then I'm using a foam underneath because this is photopolymer, so you need a little cushion to get the best stamping you can. So these are my Father's Day banners. And then I am going to now add the stamping for the 2 shields. I think I'm going to leave that like so I can tell where I will stamp the happy. And then the bad thing I did, don't forget to not put dimensional on the very tip of your shield. So here I go, removing it very carefully. All right, disaster averted. And one card done. Oops. There you have it. On to number 2. All right, very pretty. Both cards are very nice, very masculine, very subtle, and I have 2 men to give these to, so that'll be perfect. All right, now I'm gonna go away and contemplate some alternatives, and then I'll be back. All right, well, here I am, just coming in to show you that I am indeed taking this envelope apart to use in a different way. Okay, I'm back and I have 4 alternatives that I created. And I used 2 additional stamp sets. Actually, there were bundles. I also used layering ovals framelets. The 2 bundles that I used is the banners for Christmas and the dies. I didn't use the words, but I did use the borders on these 2 dies. So I made that one with the sentiments that I pulled from the sentiments that came with the kit, and then I used the 2-row one. And the other set that I used is actually also a bundle. Lily Pad Lake. It is new, going to be available in June. The other set I just showed you is the dies are still available, and that Christmas set is not, I don't think. But there are 2 banner sets that go with those dies that do have the trim on them, or the edging, and those are in last year's catalog and the new catalog coming up. So I used a bunch of different pieces from here. I used the heron, the water, the lily pads, and the sailboats, and not all on the same card. All right, so let's show you. The first one that I did, I actually put it together because it was kind of a stretch for me, and I like how it turned out. Here it is. Tilt my... Get some better light. There we go. So I took white and silver. This is mini sequin trim, and this is a silver edged ribbon. They are both, this is the 3/8 inch, and this is in last year's and this year's catalog, and same with the sequins. So I used the thank you sentiment, used the banner, and I took that silver ribbon. I didn't go all the way around, I just went to a little overlap of the edge. And I envisioned this being, so I went ahead and tied the bow. So whoever is the recipient unties the bow and opens it up and gets whatever is inside. So that is the first one. Number 2 is not all the way put together. I want to show you a way that you can stretch the materials that you got in the kit. So we have these sheets that are actually sticker sheets. So what I did is I took this, it actually goes this way. This is a mountain range, and it fits like so. It is the one that I used is the farthest back one. So I went ahead and cut my own mountain range. So I think in the case of each of these two mountain ranges, you can get at least 2 mountain ranges out of them. So this is my own homemade version of the scene I just showed you. In this case, I did use this very light cardstock rather than the Whisper White, but you could take these pieces and put them on your own Whisper White cardstock if you wanted. So I'm going to go ahead and work on assembling this really quickly so we can look at it. And you could even put this happy birthday on a shield, use one of the banners. You could just as easily use that if you didn't have your own banner. I'm just showing other banner options. So that is card number 2. Card number 3 is next. And it also uses, this is the triple banner. It uses those oval layering dies. And it just needs to be assembled. Very simple. It's, in my mind, a masculine card, so I would skip adding any embellishments, but I have here just some sequins. If you happened to know of a man who likes some bling, these are the sequins in the catalog that are just a variety of AB colors. I picked the ones that had the green tint to them. And see, you could put it together something like that. And I will not spend the time to put this together because it looks pretty good as it is, and with or without sequins. And then the next one, I wanted to bring back a card I just said was done. I wanted to show you what I did. So you might be wondering how I curved the happy and the birthday, and here is what I did. I just simply curved it by holding one side, and I just curved it down like so until I liked it. And that's what I stamped it with. That's one thing nice about these photopolymer stamps. And then the last one here, I like to try to go further and further off the beaten path. So this is the card that is the farthest from the samples. It uses a Whisper White card base. I used the silver baker's twine, silver and white. I have a colorful strip here. I'm going to use this Father's Day banner, and then I'm going to line it up exactly along the edge and put a happy up here also lined up somewhere up at the top. Add the birds. So I'm going to go ahead and get this one assembled as well as the previous one so that I can give you guys a quick display of the 4 cards that I made. I hope you enjoyed this, and I will be back to do a final walkthrough of all 4. Alright, so this is a review of the cards. These 2 cards are the ones in the kit, and the 4 in the middle are the ones that I put together. The banners here are from a a die set that is in the current catalog and in the catalog from June 1st. The borders that I stamped on here I do not believe are current. It's from a Christmas set. And you could just as easily cut your own fishtails and make that yourself. This big plaid piece came from an envelope that I took apart that I showed earlier. The mountains here I created by cutting into the existing mountains, because I think you can actually end up with getting 4 mountains between these two by cutting into the bottom like I did. So you can see where I cut into the bottom, and I still think you can use this top piece. The green will go over the top, and then this darker gray will go over the top of this, so you won't see the cutouts that I made. And I did use the mini sequin here. I also used the 3/8 ribbon with silver trim. I picked some baker's twine, which is in the new, all these things are going to be current in the new catalog. I was trying to be very careful to use products that aren't going to be unavailable at the end of this month. The only mistake I think I made is that this banner stamp that I used isn't available, but the dies are. And then here's the sequins. They're iridescent sequin assortment, and those are just totally optional if you wanted to dress them up a little more, make them more feminine. I kept them all pretty masculine except this thank you, which probably could be used for male or female thank you. And I also wanted to bring out the color swatches because there are some new colors. This kit is a crossover kit that they're using some new items in it, including new colors, because they gave us Mossy Meadow here, which is a new color. So Sahara Sand is an existing color. I write the years that they're in the catalogs so I can keep them straight. So we have Sahara Sand, Mint Macaron is a returning color, Gray Granite is a new color, Crumb Cake, Soft Seafoam is a new color, as well as the Mossy Meadow, which actually is a returning color. So hopefully you found my alternatives interesting and I gave you some ideas to extend to whatever supplies that you have. And I thank you for watching.